Hello, and welcome back to American Chapter Podcast. How are you feeling today? How is the English journey going? Are you staying consistent with your 2-hour daily English ritual? Today, we will talk about small talks and networking. Okay, think back to how your day started. Did you just wake up and look at your phone, or did you actually talk to someone? I had a very American morning today at Starbucks. I was just grabbing my usual oat milk latte when the man behind me struck up a conversation. He didn't just stare at his phone. He used a classic observation hook. He said, "Excuse me, I couldn't help but notice you're eyeing that Ethiopia roast. Have you tried it, or are you more of a Colombia fan?" Just like that, we ended up having a 5-minute chat about the history of coffee roasting and how the flavor profile changes between regions. It was so organic. Then, yesterday while I was shopping for some new studio gear, a woman actually stopped me in the middle of the aisle. She didn't just walk past. She made eye contact, smiled, and said, "Oh my gosh, I am so sorry to bother you, but I just had to stop and tell you that your outfit is absolutely stunning." I've been trying to pull off a monochromatic look like that for ages. Is that a custom set? We spent a good 10 minutes discussing how earth tones are a huge trend right now and how minimalism is taking over the fashion world. It wasn't a deep interview. It was just a vibe check that made the whole day feel more vibrant. And why small talk is your secret weapon. In some cultures, talking to strangers is considered strange. In America, it's a social currency. Interesting fact, studies show that weak ties, the brief conversations you have with strangers, actually boost your happiness and belonging. When you talk to Americans, we usually stick to safe icebreakers like, "The environment, man, this line is moving slow, right?" Compliments, "I love those shoes. Where did you get them?" The weather, it's a classic for a reason, it's common ground. The taboos, do not ask these. Money, how much do you earn? It's considered very intrusive. Politics or religion, unless you are at a specific event for these topics, stay away from these touchy subjects. Age or weight, just don't go there. Moreover, to be more unique, don't just say fine when someone asks how you are. Give them a hook like, "I'm doing great. I actually just finished a killer 30-minute reading session." If you want to do this yourself, you don't need a complex script. In the States, we use 3 main themes to open a conversation. These are low pressure and very natural. 1. The shared struggle, environment, and wait times. Americans love to bond over a shared situation. Use this when you're in a line or waiting for a bus. "Man, this line is moving at a snail's pace today, isn't it? Do you know if the 4:05 bus is always this late, or am I just having bad luck? This place is absolutely packed for a Tuesday. Is there an event going on?" 2. The observation hook, coffee, books, tech. This is what the man at Starbucks used. Notice something they are holding or looking at. "I couldn't help but notice that book you're reading. I've heard the ending is a total mind bender. How are you liking it so far? That laptop sticker is hilarious. Are you a designer or just a fan of the show? I was actually thinking about ordering that same drink. Is it as good as it looks?" 3. The genuine compliment, style, and accessories. This is the fastest way to make a friend. Be specific, not general. "I love the vibe of those sneakers. Where did you manage to find them? That's a really unique bag. Is it a vintage find or a specific brand? You have such a great monochromatic style. I've been trying to put an outfit like that together for weeks." Pro tip, always follow up a compliment with a question. If you just say, "I like your shoes," the conversation ends. If you ask, "Where did you get them?" the conversation begins. Let me tell you the truth, socializing is the only test that matters. You can memorize every word in the dictionary. You can have a perfect active notebook. You can score 100% on every grammar quiz. But if you do all of that alone in your room, you are just studying a dead language. Language is not a subject, it is a connection. When you study alone, you are in the laboratory. It's safe. It's quiet. You have time to think. But when you step out to talk to a stranger, you are entering the wild. And yes, the wild is scary. You might stumble. You might use the wrong verb tense. But here is the magic. Socializing forces you to stop being a perfectionist and start being a human. When you force yourself to say hello to that barista or to ask that neighbor about their dog, you are doing something an app can never do for you. You are breaking your own shell. You are teaching your brain that it is okay to be imperfect. Every time you have a small talk, even if it's just 30 seconds, you are telling your fear, I am bigger than you. It cures shyness because you realize people are generally kind. It improves your skills because you get instant feedback, a smile, a nod, a laugh. It makes you open because you stop thinking about, how do I sound, and start thinking about, who is this person? So please, don't just collect words in your notebook. Go out there and spend them. Be open. Be brave. Because the best version of your English isn't in a textbook, it's waiting for you in your next conversation.
Yo, Maya, those stories are classic. It just goes to show that if you're open to it, the world is full of conversation. I'm the same way. I honestly can't help myself. I see a chance to connect, and I take it. Let me tell you about a few times just this week where I put this into practice. This isn't textbook stuff. This is how I actually live. So, earlier today around 7 a.m., I was at the gym trying to get my energy up. I saw this guy absolutely crushing some heavy deadlifts. While I was resting between my own sets, I just walked over and said, "Man, your form is dead on. Seriously, how long have you been training to get it that smooth?" We ended up chatting for 10 minutes about powerlifting routines. It turned a solitary workout into a social win. Last weekend, I was stuck at the airport for 3 hours, total nightmare. Everyone at the gate looked miserable, just buried in their phones. I turned to the woman sitting next to me and just said, "Looks like we're all in the same boat again. Where are you headed once we finally get out of here? Is it for work or a vacation?" She ended up being a travel blogger, and we had a fascinating chat about hidden gems in Europe while we waited. Yesterday evening, my friend and I were out at this local Italian spot. The table right next to us got served this massive plate of truffle pasta that smelled like heaven. I couldn't help myself. I just leaned over and said, "Okay, I have to ask, that looks incredible. Is it as good as it looks, or should I stick to the lasagna?" They laughed and told us it was the best thing on the menu. We spent the rest of the meal swapping recommendations for the best food in the city. Alright, if I tell you I have hundreds of examples, but let's get those active notebooks out. These are the real-life words we used in those stories that will help you blend in anywhere. Idioms and phrasal verbs. These are the social glues that make your English sound natural and fluid. Struck up a conversation to start a conversation spontaneously. Example: I struck up a conversation with the person sitting next to me on the plane. Snail's pace, moving very slowly. Example: traffic was moving at a snail's pace because of the rain. In the same boat. To be in the same unpleasant situation as other people. Example: we all lost our internet connection at the same time, so we're all in the same boat. Dead on. Perfectly accurate or correct. Example: your guess about the movie's ending was dead on. Pull off. A look to successfully wear or do something that is difficult. Example: not everyone can wear neon yellow, but you really pull it off. Eyeing. Something to look at something with great interest. Example: I saw you eyeing that last slice of pizza. Do you want it? Fire slang and informal phrases. Use these to sound relaxed and real in casual American settings. Vibe check. A quick assessment of the energy or mood of a person or place. Example: we walked into the party, did a vibe check, and decided to stay. Crushing it. To do something exceptionally well. Example: you are absolutely crushing it with your daily English ritual. Mindbender. Something that is very confusing, complex, or intellectually challenging. Example: that sci-fi film was a total mindbender. I'm still thinking about it. Killer. Used as an adjective: excellent, impressive, or very effective. Example: she gave a killer presentation that convinced the whole board. Don't go there. A phrase used to say that a specific topic is off limits or too unpleasant to discuss. Example: when he asked about her ex-boyfriend, she just said, "Don't go there." Advanced and professional vocabulary. These words add flavor and precision to your descriptions. Monochromatic. using only one color or various shades of a single color. Example, she wore a monochromatic outfit in all beige for the photo shoot. Vibrant, full of energy, life, and enthusiasm. Example, the local market is so vibrant and full of color. Organic, happening naturally and without being forced. Example, our friendship was very organic. We just started talking and never stopped. Intrusive, causing disruption or annoyance through being unwelcome or uninvited. Example, asking someone about their salary can feel very intrusive. Common ground, opinions or interests shared by two or more parties. Example, even though they have different politics, they found common ground in their love for hiking. Hidden gem, a place or thing that is excellent but not well known. Example, this little bookstore in the alley is a real hidden gem. Grit, courage and resolve, strength of character. Example, it takes a lot of grit to keep practicing a language every single day.
Incredible work today. Remember, being a social chameleon isn't about having perfect grammar. It's about having the grit to say hello first. It's about being a real person in a world full of screens. If you found these social strategies helpful, please subscribe, hit that like button, and share this with a friend who is still a bit shy. Question of the day. I want to hear your stories. Have you ever had a strange or interesting small talk moment with a stranger? Maybe at a bus stop or a cafe. Tell us exactly what happened in the comments. I'll be replying to my favorites. I'm Maya, he's Jacob, and this is American Chapter. Get out there, talk to someone new today, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.